Martin Johnson, J.M.W. Insurance Solutions. As an avid camper with a fifth wheel toy hauler, I want to make sure that we connect with some RV campground owners and make sure that they have protection that they need. You know, it's amazing how many RVs and campgrounds there are out there in the United States, as well as some of them are so discreet and others are elaborate with all kinds of things. So how do you properly cover each RV campground or park appropriately? You know, RVs and trailers, they range anywhere from $30,000 to, you know, a couple, $500,000. Even I've seen some of them even more than that. And it's crazy that you would go into a park that didn't have insurance, because it does happen. Do they have liability insurance? Are they going to protect you in that aspect? Do the park owners know what they need to protect themselves from a power surge or from, you know, a toilet exploding because they provide bathroom supplies? There's all kinds of things you want to think about in insuring an RV park and a campground. General liability is most important. The liability of someone's injuries, if they're in your park, is going to be huge. And the onus is on both the campground owner or the RV park owner and the trailer or RV motorhome owner. Both should have insurance to protect themselves. If somebody goes across your campground, your little spot that you've paid for, and trips over your mat, for example, and breaks their leg, that's your liability, not the campground's liability. But if you're moseying along through the campground and something happens and you get injured, then the campground needs to have liability insurance. So general liability is probably one of the most important liability coverages, or the most important coverages you're going to have in any situation here. Property is the other thing. So what part of property needs to be covered in an RV campground? It's easy for the trailer and the mobile home owner because the property is yours. It's what you towed there or drove there. For the owner of the campground or the RV park, it's kind of subject to land, right? So is it just the land they have? Do they have a building? Do they have outhouses? Do they provide electricity and water? You know, those things start playing a role in what type of other insurances you're going to want to provide as far as a campground owner. So please make sure that you understand every risk that you possibly have there. If you have a website, kind of it's a marketing tool, but you know, a lot of people use them for collecting names and addresses and email addresses, and that becomes a tool for cyber security issues, right? You're gonna store this information on a website or on a Google Drive or wherever it may be stored, and it could be hacked. It could be, you know, somebody could pull that information. How much information are you holding there? Are you holding driver's license numbers there? Are you holding credit card information? Those are key items that you're going to look at as far as a risk standpoint as well. So, cybersecurity liability insurance covers somebody hacking into your system and stealing that information that you're storing, whether it be names and addresses and driver's license numbers for identity theft, whether it be credit card information and make charges, you know, at Walmart or whatever it may be. The other aspect of it is sometimes they do a ransomware where they hack into your system, they lock it out, and then make you pay to get it all back. So you build this database of clients and then you don't have access to it. So you either scrap it and start over, or you have great backup. I always recommend an IT person when you have a database that you're going to rely on and manage for your business. And if you don't have access to it, you have to pay this ransom to get that back, or you shut your doors. And it's kind of a sad situation. And it happens. It happens a lot right now. Cybersecurity is growing fast, and it's incredible how the speed that this is going through in businesses and shutting them down. So if you have an RV park or campground, you're going to need general liability insurance, possibly property insurance, cyber liability if you've got a database that you're keeping records for. Those are the three key insurance policies you're going to want to make sure that you have and that has the right coverage that meets your needs. If you have any questions or you need to get this insurance, please give us a call, 951-501-2900.